Hello everyone, Rokimakushin here, and welcome to something a little different. Um, as I'm very unprepared for this. The other week or month or so, the other week, I joined a draft league. And so I'm going to be detailing my journey through the draft league, and how it goes. And first things first, we're going to start off with the team. So I was first. So how the rules work? Let's explain the rules first. How the rules work is I had 110 points to pick through any Pokemon that had points. So I Dracopult here, who was my first pick. He was 20 points, so that went towards my 110. So after I picked Dragapult, I had 90 left to work with, and so I had to get a full team of 10 Pokemon or 12, somewhere between there, so 10, 11, or 12. And so here's the team. I'm going to be going in pick order, and this was Snake Draft, so I'll be kind of like going over my picks in the groups that I got them. So because I was first pick, because this is my first time in the draft league with this group, they gave me first pick. I'm very grateful for that because I wanted Dracopult here. Dracopult is such a good mon for draft league stuff, as from what I have seen, from what I have done my research with, Dracopult is very good, very versatile, and so something that I really wanted on my team, and I'm so glad that I was able to get it first pick. Next up, though, was my second two picks. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit. I went with Urshifu Rapid Strike and Corviknight. Now, Corviknight I wanted for a Balkymon. Ignore the abilities, by the way, and the Terra types. I'll get into that later. But Corviknight, I wanted a nice wall, something that could take both sides, depending on the matchup, of course, because I can swap around all my sets and everything between games. So, like, I wanted something that could either, like, wall the physical side, wall the special side, and I wanted a defogger, something that, like, could control the hazards. And I thought that Corviknight was a great pick for this. Corviknight was... I actually have this written down. 17 points. Very much worth it, in my opinion. Having hazard control, and just a very solid, bulky Pokemon that can be on either side of the spectrum. And then Urshifu Rapid Strike, I wanted kind of some pair with my Dracopult, because Dracopult can be a very good pivot. Urshifu has that pivot potential with the U-turn, has the priority with the Aqua Jet, has that very powerful surging strikes, 3 crits, breaking Focus Sash, breaking Sturdy, breaking Sub. It can be such a good Pokemon. And Urshifu was 18 points. So I went with a 20, an 18, and a 17. Already, my points have kind of dwindled down. And you kind of see that I went with like a little bit of lower picks with some of the later picks. But overall, like, my first 3 mons of Dracopult, Urshifu, and Corviknight, I really like them. Next up, I went with Jolteon and Meloetta. Now, Jolteon, again, kind of that pivot mon, kind of that, like, be able to outspeed a bunch of Pokemon, be able to get in, get out, do really good damage, can clean up late game if needed. And I figured Jolteon would be a perfect pick for that. Meloetta, kind of, like, very versatile Pokemon. Can either be, like, mixed with, like, Relic Song going to the physical form, can be very special oriented, with like a very diverse move pool. Meloetta I absolutely love using. Very nice bulk as well. Can go like either like a bulky set or more like a speedy, like tanky set with the Assault Vest with a very, very respectable 128 special defense. Even without any investment, Meloetta with an Assault Vest is going to be taking special hits for days. With the absolutely wonderful type coverage of Meloetta, I thought that Meloetta would slap very well onto this team. If I'm running a physically defensive Corviknight, I can have like a bulky Meloetta with that Assault Vest that I absolutely love. Or if like I'm running more of like an offensive style team, where like I can kind of see like against what I'm fighting, Meloetta be able to come in, get that Relic Song, become that physical attacker, and just absolutely slam with the 128 base speed and attack. Point-wise, Meloetta was 11 and Jolteon was 8, so kind of like a little lower, kind of like pretty good though. Mons that I love using and very confident with using. And that goes into the next two picks as well, Dragalge and Florges. Now, both of these Pokemon are Pokemon that I absolutely adore. Dragalge is one of my favorite Pokemon. Adaptability, so much fun to use. Poison Dragon, such a good type combination. Can deal with those pesky fairies like that one right there. But they are both also very specially bulky. Now, I'm going with, like, Florges can be physically bulky. You can invest a lot into defense and take physical hits very well with Florges. So, like, you can kind of have, like, that mixed wall of, like, I can take physical hits, but I have very natural special bulk to be able to take those special hits, and so I love Florges for that. Dragalge, basically the same thing, kind of like being able to take those special hits, be able to really hammer away with those huge adaptability. Sludge Bomb. Set up the Toxic Spikes if I need, for adaptability boosted Venoshocks. If I just need to drop an adaptability Draco Meteor. Very versatile Pokemon in that regard for me, of just like the hazards and just hitting out so much damage. And so that leads into my next two Pokemon, where I've got some actual like good support. Like Florges here, fantastic support Pokemon with Wish, Aromatherapy, and stuff like that. But I wanted more of just like... Dragalge right now was my only hazard, and so I wanted more hazards and something that really fit my playstyle. And what fit my playstyle better than an Ambipom and a Smeargle? Smeargle, I love so much. It's Smeargle. Versatile is its name. And Ambipom, Technician, Fake Out, Stab. It's such a nice tool to have. Very powerful, good knockoffs, great speed. Being able to pivot with that U-turn as well. Smeargle, being able to set down the sticky webs, spore Pokemon. Maybe get a little cheeky with some sets that I like using. Maybe like hit it with like some fun stuff. You never know. But like, I absolutely love these mons. Oh, Dragalge was 5 points. Florges was 9. Smeargle here was 6, and Ambipom was 3. So, like, I'm very trying to conserve some of my points. This was actually a very, like, strategized play on my side, where I had looked ahead to a bunch of the other people who were doing their drafts, and I had noticed that a Pokemon that I wanted, no one else could get except for one person who had the points saved up. So I was like, okay, I'm going to save that pick, and I'm going to pick Smeargle here. Smeargle was originally not going to be on this round of picks, but I'm like, I like Smeargle a lot. Smeargle could actually be taken, being a pretty cheap-ish Pokemon. Everyone had the points for Smeargle, so I'm like, I'm going to grab Smeargle now. I like using Smeargle. It's such a good Pokemon. Fits very well with my very hyper-offensive playstyle. And so I thought that it would be a perfect pick here. And the pick that might surprise a lot of people. I should point this out. I don't know if all these Pokemon are in Gen 9 or not. But we are playing with National Dex format. So that means Megas are allowed, and so that's why I have a Mega Pinsir. This was 12 points, and I was hoping that the person who had the 12 points available for a pick and then like a lower pick did not take it, because I love Mega Pinsir. This thing is one of my favorite Megas, probably my third favorite. I'd put Altaria at the top, maybe Lopunny above Pinsir, but like I love Pinsir so much. And then to round out with all my picks, Pinsir was number 10, Sceptile here was number 11 at 1 point. And that was my last point. And I wanted Sceptile. I was shocked that he was only 1 point. And so I'm like, you can do some really fun stuff with Sceptile. It's blazing fast, has a okay enough move pool, has some good setup with Sword Stance, has a good physical move pool to complement that Sword Stance. I'm like, you're 1 point. I'm going to try and actually do something with that. Depending on the matchup, of course. But this kind of rounds out the draft. I like the draft. this was my first draft league. This is my first draft league, and like I really like the draft that I came up with, using like a bunch of Pokemon that like, or well, almost actually, I'd actually say yeah, every single Pokemon that I drafted is a Pokemon that I have used in the past and have really enjoyed. So it's really a comfortable draft for me, and something that I cannot wait to play. I'm actually really excited because like I've never done something like this before, and I figured detailing something like this on YouTube would be a lot of fun as well. Being able to kind of like figure stuff out as the weeks progress and see if like I can maybe rack up a few wins. My goal for this draft league, my goal for my first time playing a draft league, is I just don't want to end up with 0 wins. I want to get some wins. I don't care about like, oh, I hit the playoffs, I hit the finals, I won the entire thing. I don't care about that. I just want to get some wins. I want to get some experience under my belt, and I want to have fun. Those are the big two things, is I want some experience under my belt, and I want to have fun. And I'm sure that it's going to be pretty fun, because I'm going to be kind of like playing this a little bit in character. I bought something, and I figured it'd be fun to open it for this. I had this idea from the person who I really started watching the draft leagues through. And I'm sure once you guys see this, if you guys know who this is, you'll be like, okay, you know what, that's kind of funny. So while I'm not representing, while I'm not a member of the team, in a way, I'm going to be humbly supporting Playmore Esports of John, aka PM7. I thought that it'd be absolutely hilarious for my first draft league to be the person, to be kind of like represented by the content creator who really showed me draft league stuff. Playmore Esports has been a ton of fun to watch. If you guys who are watching do not follow Playmore Esports, go pick yourself up a Bubby plush. This thing is actually really cool. This thing is actually made really well. Like, my goodness. Like, I knew that this thing was cute because of like all the stuff that like PM7 has shown. But that thing is cute. And for all of my games, I'm going to be making sure to represent Playmore. Not just with Bubby, but with the shirt. I thought that would be like very fun. You can see the Playmore kind of on it. This webcam's not the best. It was $7. But like, I thought that it'd be a ton of fun to kind of like represent, in a way, like spiritually represent the person who got me into, so fascinated into Draft League is what I should say. So I'm going to be doing my best for Playmore spiritually, because I have no association with PM7, but from what I have watched, he is a fantastic person. And so if we do hit playoffs, you know, spiritually, it's because Bubby the Goat is here. So he's going to be sitting behind me. I did not mean to knock that over. He's going to be sitting there in view in every single battle, and I'm going to be repping this shirt, the jersey, every single battle as well. So I hope that you all enjoyed the team preview. The league just started. At the time of recording this video, I was at work. I got home. I wanted to record this because I just got this in, and I'm so happy. This shirt feels great, by the way. If PM7 is watching this, you have very good merch. Hashtag not sponsored, but my god, this shirt feels great. I'm probably actually going to wear this out in public, because, you know, it's just a frog with a balloon. Who doesn't like frogs? I love frogs. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this, and I hope that you will and I hope that you will enjoy watching me get my ass kicked in Draft League. So, to format how things are going to be going, I'm going to be recording the team that I'm going to be bringing into the match against who I'm going to be fighting. That's not going to be uploaded until after the battle is done. And then the next day, I'll have the battle recorded and uploaded for everyone. And so I don't want to accidentally like upload the video and show and like have it public of just like, hey, I'm bringing these mons because I think my opponent is going to bring these mons, and my opponent would see the video and then not bring those mons that I talked about, and I'm like, well, I guess I lost. So the team preview is not going to be uploaded until after the match is done, because that just makes sense. And then the next day, the match will be uploaded as well. So that's how it's going to be formatted. I don't know when the games are going to be really played. They're going to be played whenever I have the time, whenever both sides have the time. I'm going to try and like have the matchup stuff recorded in advance. I have they posted all the weeks, so I can prepare in advance, make sure that like I have everything done. I could probably actually in like an afternoon build all the teams, record all the teams, and then just kind of like have it all stockpiled and just like, hey, that's something I don't need to do. But that's future talking. So I hope that you all enjoy, and I hope that you all stick around for this journey. And future ones that I plan on taking part in as well, if this ends up being an absolute blast. So I hope that you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you later.